Welcome back to another warm-up show with the hockey coach Guru, Coach Francis directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to the Toronto, Ontario to find the number one co-host, Mr. ENORTAP, and the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Here we go. Game one.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. June 1st, Mr. ENORTAP. This is the first day
June
of the
1st.
last month of the first half of the year 2022. So when we feel this June, we feel the smell of the Stanley Cup. And this is the first game, number one of the final Eastern Conference. Start tonight between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers. Going to talk about that game a little bit later. Going to talk about the prediction and what we see, what you thinking. If you're on that, for sure. We're going to talk about the game happening last night between the Festival of the Gold and the Beer League between the Edmonton Oilers versus the Colorado Avalanche. And then we're going to talk about the goal of Kel McCarr. Is it good? Is it not good? You give it? Do you don't give it? And then after that, we'll talk about the Montreal Canadiens, couple update with the Montreal Canadiens with couple news, big news, honestly, with Martin St. Louis. And then finally, we're going to talk about the prediction. And of course, I don't know. I don't know if we take the bus or we take the SWAT team and our truck. I'm still debate about this because now we are the limit of the SWAT
budget
team, Mr. Lance. So we don't know. We're going to see what is the best for them, but we're going to talk about them. And then we don't change the county jail, Mr. ENORTAP. We have to stay at the same location. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Maybe it was funny last night in Dorval when he did the stand-up comic, but he was not good in the jail enough to get out. So he stayed again one more day. But that's a subject we can talk a little bit later. The most important thing is we have the people in the house already in the house, Mr. ENORTAP, and we have to go all the way to the Olympia. And the Washington State, he's right now in the piscina, in the pool, underwater. I don't know, maybe the flip over. But we have Mr. Duda in the house tonight.
Hey, Duda. How are you?
And Mr. Ron with Kings 20 directly from the Utah, number one friends of the Los Angeles Kings. Welcome back.
Hey, Ron. How's it going?
From upstate New York. Moderator of the Hockey Nation Show, back with us, Mr. Jose Duarte. Welcome back.
Hey, Jose.
I believe he's from Manitoba, Winnipeg. I'm talking Mr. Kilo.
Welcome, Kilo.
You are awesome. We call the Queen of the Ontario, Miss Kelly, back in the house.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome.
And directly from Marietta, suburban of the Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Angelo. Welcome back.
Hey, Angelo. Welcome.
You know, it's like we have a lot of O. We have Du, we have Angelo, we have Kilo. We maybe have Simono very soon. We'll see. But he's back. He's back, but he's not back. He's within the house, but he's still in the jail. But we welcome back him anyway, Mr. Richard Mullen.
Hey, Richard. How's it going?
And directly somewhere around the wall, and back in the house, Mr. Francois Pitre. Welcome back.
Francois. How's it going?
That's what I said. Let's go send Mike Smith to the jail.
Nah, they might need him. Edmonton might need him at some point.
And directly from Finland, maybe in the sauna, maybe out of the sauna, maybe at the bar, maybe in the house. We don't know. But one thing he knows, we know. He's in the Hockey Nation Show house. I'm talking about Mr. Yamo Virtanen.
Hello, Yarmo. More.
From Alberta, number one fans of Edmonton Oilers. He's on the balcony right now waiting with a suitcase. Mr. Andy Kuivula.
Auntie, how's it going, buddy?
And right now his wife is happy because he's still already on the balcony with a suitcase. He's getting the push, kick out by the wife. He's back right now in the house, but he's waiting for Roger to pick him up. Mr. Dixon, Automobile Group, welcome back.
Hey, Dixon. Welcome.
And then Johnny Deep want to have a free pass. Yamo, about that one over there. Yeah, I don't know. I heard I don't know what's going on over there. And Kilo said, I'm going back to the jail. Yep, that's something happening sometime, Mr. Kilo, about this. And our friends, Mr. ENORTAP, our best friend, Alan Barnes, is in the house today, right now.
Hey, Alan. How's it going?
And directly for the Madison Square Garden at the Big Apple, a little bit outside the river in New Jersey area. I'm talking about the Insider of the Hockey Nation Show with all the update. I'm talking about RJ Calabro.
Hey, RJ. What's happening?
Another O, by the way. That's a good thing. And then Dixon said, send a bye. He's going to get out quickly about that one there.
Bail.
There we go about that. And we have a friend from North Carolina. Back in the house, Mr. Caleb Sars. Welcome back, Mr. Caleb Sars.
Hey, Caleb. Welcome aboard.
He's really disappointed because the game should be number 1 in Raleigh. Yep, should be there, Mr. Caleb. Unfortunately, the Carolina dropped that game, unfortunately, for them, for the fans of the Carolina. And during the time, Caleb wait for the Red Wings, the Detroit Red Wings, select the coach for next season. He's right now impassioned about what's going on. He needs to figure out. He tried to call with Steve Eiserman. Eiserman don't answer the phone. He's in Buffalo right now at the NHL Combine. We're going to talk about a little bit the NHL Combine, Mr. ENORTAP, a little bit later. And that's what we have so far. So don't forget, everybody, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. How's Mr. ENORTAP doing, by the way?
Mr. ENORTAP's doing well, Coach. How you doing?
That's good to hear that. That's pretty good.
I think we said we have to thank everybody in Hockey Nation. We set another record last night.
Yeah, we did. Honestly, we did 2 milestones yesterday.
Yeah.
So the first milestone, we got over 45 likes, if I can recall it.
Even more, I believe. And I think we had.
But at the show live, we got 45, right?
Oh, right.
And then this morning I wake up, I believe we got over 400 viewers of the show yesterday.
Yeah. Amazing.
So that's the first time we got over we did another milestone a couple of days ago. We go through 300. Then we get the 400 today, yesterday. And now the biggest milestone one day will be the 500. And we did it before the end of the show, at the end of the year. We don't know yet. If not, we're looking for the next year what's going to happen. But we see we're growing, and that's all about because of you. Because, again, you're right again. We got shine right, but we have the right because you got another 1-0 yesterday. Congratulations about that one over there. That would be good. To see Mr. Caleb Serrano are going to be tough. Not going to be easy. I agree with you about that one over there.
Be a good series.
About this. Breaking news, Brendan Point would be out remaining the playoff. I did not hear that.
That's big. That's big news if it's true. Are you sure, Duda?
I don't know. If someone can verify this, Yamo, if you don't mind to get that, I'll be good. I try to get CV on the horn, waiting on the call back. Caleb's, that's a good point. Point is a tough love, is a true, but Tampa plays solid without him. Yep, and Mr. T. Grayman, Minituli, Go Vibe, Manitupa, maybe that's one. Mr. T, welcome aboard. Mr. T, thanks to be a part of the show.
Welcome, T.
Appreciate to be a part. Don't forget to subscribe. So, Yamui right now is already on the confirmation. We're going to hear more about that one over there. Now, not so we don't trust you, Duda. We trust you. We just would like to have because we are live right now. We don't want to know
before we can comment on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point behind that. So, talking about comments, Mr. ENORTAP, we have the bottom of the screen right now. What a couple of people have a good record yesterday. Of course, Coach Angelo, Jose, Danny, ENORTAP, Yamo, Eagle, Kelly. Kelly, she's on the She's on the strike
She's on
right now. She's
fire.
doing well for the last week. Yann Gionnet, run with Kings, François Pitt, Blackhawks 97, we did not see him yet. And then Jose Duarte, all 1-0. Unfortunately for Kilo, Brendan, Hockey 987, and Roger, both of them at first time. They go straight in the hole. With Mr. Dixon, Richard Mullen welcomed the door for everybody. He was there for the last couple of days. And then Andy Kuivula, unfortunately for him, he won with the heart of his team, but not good enough. Nobody have the right score for like 8-6. I don't know who. Maybe Noner, but unfortunately Noner didn't get it. And then the fantasy, we have to congratulate Dixon, Richard Mullen, Andy Kuivula. I don't know what they did. They're all three at the jail, but they get the David. They pick the right players. They don't pick the right team. That's the problem. And finally, Ron King and Hockey 87, guys. 11 the total score they got, and they got the L14 at the end of the night. So this is the happening with ENORTAP yesterday. So that's pretty cool when you see that. The performance about everybody. We have to go maybe at the leaderboard, and we'll see what's happening. And that's happening for the leaderboard. I did not do the number again. Jeez, I forgot again, but it's okay. You and Yamo still battle for the top number one. I'm in the race with Mr. Andy Kuivula. If you support Mr. Andy, I have to put your score that way. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Let me confirm. If you don't mind, let me know. Otherwise, we have a lot of race. Andrew Francois run with Kings with 33, just behind me at that moment. And then the rest are around. So we are really on the back. The impressive, Mr. ENORTAP, is look the number of people participates on the playoff. We have a full column. I don't know where to put the name anymore. I have to change my little board at some point, but that's happening. But then I said, you know what? We have to do this, Mr. ENORTAP, because I said, we did only one time per week, so it's not good enough. We have to go 2 times per week minimum. So we have to go the leader jail time. That's the best way. And if you can see at the top, Richard Mullen take the lead, honestly, alone. And now, followed by Kilo and Pierre Martin run with Kings, all three at 6. Kelly now, she don't go anymore. She at 5, followed by Jose Duarte. Jose say, you know what, son, I'm the moderator. I don't go to jail anymore. I need to focus to pick the right team. Blackhawks 97 is at 5. So that's the leaderboard about that one over there, Mr. ENORTAP. So
amazing.
Anything you want to mention, you want to say about that?
Richard, you got to listen a little bit more. We want you out of there.
Yeah.
Listen to Coach.
Well, maybe not. But we have to welcome the scout, Mr. Alexis Dubuc, is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hey, Alex. How's it going?
And the insider of the Hockey National Show, Montreal Canadiens, and the Power Play co-host of the Power Play Show, Mr. Center Ice, Andrew Lapage, in the house tonight.
Welcome, Andrew. How's it going, buddy?
Thank you so much, Mr. D. Grayman. Un petit mieux, Noah Rowan ou David Coyote pour Montréal avec leur choix de premier tour de Calgary. A little bit too early. Un peu trop tôt, Alexis, pour Warren et Daniel Goyette. Daniel Goyette, il va sortir peut-être dans le début de la deuxième. Alexis, environ 40-45. I didn't see anything about Point. Brendan Point injury update with Lyles for available for the game number 1 from RG. So it's not tonight. If not tonight, he will miss the first 2 games. I have to leave. I will be back at 8 o'clock. Do that. All right. Have a good night. I'm sorry I'm not consistent on the pick field bat with my name on the board. That's all right. Don't worry, Caleb. We appreciate it. Looks good. Coach, I'm sure it's right. Here we go. We catch up with the game. I don't know why. And he was 4 games behind, so I don't know what happened. But I know what happened. But I make a mistake, first of all. And the second thing, I figure out this after that. But other boy, I can tell you about this. No big deal. Have a good day. Do that. C'est quoi le style de jeu d'Ariel Coyote? 5'10", Alexis. Un très bon patineur. Il y a un centre de gravité vraiment bas pour Coyote. Il y a une très bonne saison dans le OHL. Il plie, je pense, pour le Spitfire, if I can recall it. I could be wrong. Troisième centre dans la Ligue nationale, peut-être le 4e, mais je ne le vois pas dans le top 6 de la Ligue nationale pour l'instant. Tyler Andrew, how are you? Everything on that. Mr. ENORTAP, what do you think about And for the people in the chat, we don't have a lot of people anyway, so why not to ask them this? Do we have a goal or no goal with Kel McCall yesterday? A lot of discussion talk about Mr. ENORTAP, the goal of the inside kick by Blake Coleman, everything like that. Whether I think the Blake Coleman is a zone gray scale where some would say yes, some would say no, everything like that. Some they would say it can be called there as a kick. Some would say no, it's not considered kick. And the rule explain what is the kick, but the final decision is never going to be exact because some they will allow the goal some night and other night they will not allow the game. But when you talk about offside of the line, it's black and white. You have no gray scale on that area because the rule is exactly on the writing where the puck have to be the first part. You have to be in first, and then any player have to come back. Have to come following the puck. You cannot be in the zone, and then the puck go after you. At least you go backwards and you control the stick angling. That's another rule, but that's the rule usually on that. So my question to you and everybody in the chat: do you consider this goal a good or not? About that yesterday.
Well, Coach, yesterday when I saw it live, and that's the other benefit that we have nowadays is that, you know, we can review the play in milliseconds and see exactly where the puck is, and you got to realize that the linesman, the referee, well, in this case it would be the linesman, that they have to make that instantaneous call. Now, when I saw it live the first time, to me, I called it before even the coach did on. During the game, I said that's an offside. And then when you look at it carefully and you actually read the definition of what the offside means, yes, Makar did get the puck. He pushed it over the blue line while the player was retrieving. They hit the blue line and then he touches the puck. So by definition, that's a legit goal.
All right. That's good. Some people say it was good goal. Some people it wasn't a good goal. And Yamo said it was a weird one for sure, but the shot was nice from Mikal.
Oh, beautiful shot.
That was a great shot. Yes, Alexi, I just prefer, but well, he was a spirit. I make a mistake. I know he played on the weird shot. So here's the point here. And I want to explain that part over there. Mikal's coming with the puck, Mr. ENORTAP, and then we have Nick Cushion's going to be outside the zone. At that moment, it's an offside if Mikal carry on the puck. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So
yes, exactly.
For that moment, before he reached the blue line, he's carrying the puck. Are you agree with me?
Yes.
All right. Number two. When the puck touches the blue line, the stick disconnect with the puck. Are you agree with me?
Correct.
All right. And then we go number three, where now the puck start to roll by himself. Are you agree with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
At that moment, the stick of the McCall does not touch the puck.
No. At
the same time, Nicoshin now is closer to the blue line. So far, so good. We'll go to the next one. Picture number 4. Now, the puck roll again itself. The blade is getting farther for the puck. And Nicoshin right now is just starting to touch the blue line over there. So we have to wait a little bit longer. And we go number 5. And now Nicoshin is out of the zone. At that moment, I have nobody in the zone anymore. And the puck went out, it rolled by itself again. And the stick of the McCall is farther to the puck. Make sense?
Right, exactly.
At that moment, it should be waved by the linesman at that moment. Now we go to number 6. Now, the 2 feet of Nicoshin is out of the blue line, and still McCall is not touching the puck, and is 2 feet out inside the zone. And then finally, the last one, now is touching the puck, and you can see already the player Nicoshin is out, McCall is in. And that's the reason why they score that goal. Gave the goal. So at the beginning, it was not sure, but after that, when you think about this, that's the reason about that. I want to remind you a goal from the Montreal Canadiens a couple of years ago. Exactly what happening there. You can see 14, whatever it is, Plekanec, Uzuski, is coming back, and the blue line is not touching the blue line yet. Tatar is just push the puck in the zone. At that moment, he's supposed to be offside. But the Montreal Canadiens is going to touch the blue line coming back, and then Tatar is going to recover the puck in the blue line inside the zone, and that's gave you a good goal. And that's the reason happening in Mr. ENORTAP yesterday. And I just want to, frame by frame, that give you a better idea. Maybe this will understand the people are not sure should be a no goal. But this is a rule in NHL and nothing else. It's the same way, Mr. ENORTAP. If you want to get more simple, all right, you are in the zone beside Mike Smith. Does it make sense?
Right. Yeah.
I'm at the blue and the red line at the neutral zone. I'm dumping the puck. The puck go in. Nobody touch about this. So you decide to come back touching the blue line. When you touch at the blue line, I'm coming in the zone. Now we have no offside. Still the puck is in the zone. So that easy about that one over there. So exactly we see what the people said. I think I lost a couple of people. No goal, and then Kelly, my boy, said that Coleman goal was kick. It was a good goal. Looked like it is tied up to me. I'm back. I'm extremely exhausted. Blackhawks, welcome aboard. Yeah, it's a good goal. Kilo. Blackhawks is tired. Wow. Anyway, I and weekend fans about this have got very good explanation. Jose. That's exactly because it's the time you make the contact with the puck. You tell it correct, exactly. John Gregor, welcome back, John. John there, wow. John, another here. And you, my God, John Gregor, the blue.
Oh, John.
John, like, is on fire, John. He may be in love somewhere. Who knows, Mr. ENORTAP. We'll see about this. But we have to welcome also K. Rice, both of you, and Caleb Blackhawks. Welcome back.
Hey, Price.
About that one. This kind of thing happening. The legend came last month in the Carl Kane got perfect. Richard said no goal again. Ike Riga and Ron, everybody's there. So that's happening, Mr. ENORTAP, about this one over there. So let's get everything about this. Anything you want to add about that situation?
No, you explained it perfectly, Coach. And again, we have to keep this in perspective. Like it took. Even us, it took more than 2-3 minutes to explain, but this happens in about 1.4 seconds. And
it came back.
See.
Yeah. Coach, you should consider making a rule-based video. They play a breakdown is displaying. That makes sense. That's a good way.
Yeah.
That makes very nice about this. A good call, Mr. Caleb. Yeah. Tonight, Mr. ENORTAP, we have a first game. Let's start in with the game yesterday. We have only 6:30 anyway. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. Yesterday, I have I don't know. Some people was excited about the games with expectation before the game, right? At the end of the night, some people was frustrated or disappointed about the final score. Some people was... it was entertaining. If you think about entertaining as a hockey fans, you're entertaining, right? But maybe not excited exactly until maybe when it came about one goal that's friends, or maybe two, and then one at the end of the game, 7-6. That's maybe the way you get there, more like the excitement. But otherwise, it's maybe not the people enjoyed that game. So I just want to hear your thought about this game, and maybe have some highlights you want to bring on the table today.
Yeah, for sure, Coach. I mean, for me, and again, I'm sure everybody has their own opinion, and they're all equally valid. It depends on what you like. For me, what it was last night was just a glorified all-star game, where I didn't see a lot of checking. I didn't see great goaltending on either end, poor defensive coverage on both ends. It was, yes, there was a lot of speed, and that was exciting, just like an all-star game is. High scoring, everybody gets in on the play. And I just think once you get down to the bottom four teams, the quality, for me, the quality of hockey has to be better than what we saw last night. Now, I do anticipate that game 2 will be different, just like game 2 was between Edmonton and Calgary. They made some defensive adjustments. They both have to. You can't continue at this pace. Like if you look at both teams' lineups, both teams, their fourth line, I don't think they played more than 7-8 minutes last night. And so they were really extending their top two lines quite a bit. And if you have aspirations of timing yourself and pacing yourself for that Stanley Cup Finals, you got to get a team effort in there. You can't have players just playing a few minutes and that's it. It's got to be four lines to varying degrees. Yes, the game was entertaining, but I don't think it was I don't think it was a great game by any stretch.
Yeah, I want to say one thing about this. You know, my worries about the Oilers show up last night. You know,
Yes.
the Mike Smith and the speed of Colorado could complicate a little bit the Edmonton Oilers, and I see that. But it still only went one game. You have a period adjustment maybe for Edmonton to set up, but I don't know how they can do it. You can do against Calgary
hard.
because Calgary is not like a machine offensive at the speed, see the same time. What they did against Calgary, they just fixed the neutral zone and they fixed a little bit the defensive zone. But they can stop the first line and it's over. But when you have the second line in Colorado and the third line after that, it is coming like it's like a wave, right? Whatever you want to stop
Right.
the first wave, the second wave, the third wave is coming back after that. You at some point, your bowl will be full 5 times, right? So that's the field. My worries about this for Edmonton. You have to fix it out. Then you have to be sure the goaltender step over his head. Just be average right now or good. It's not good enough. You have to be great. And
That's
with
right.
you cannot win against Colorado if you give them 40 shots per game.
Now, in all fairness, I agree with you. I think even today, you mentioned the fact that even though nothing officially has been said, it doesn't look like Nurse is 100% out there. He's not hitting anywhere near what he should be, and he's also allowing a lot of players. I know they're great players, especially guys like McKinnon and Kadri. They can skate quick and get around you, but he's not a slow defenseman by when he's healthy. So there could be something wrong there. And the other thing that could be a little bit more of an equalizing factor is we don't know the extent of Kumper's injury right now. And so if he's out for any extended period of time, and like you said, if Smith can stand on his head, this could be a series, I think.
So my question for everybody in the chat, I know some people who have, first of all, Richard Mullen, he talked about the jail at his show last night, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. That's funny. And then we have two good comments. One from Francois. He said it was the hockey version of the Dome and Dumber.
Yeah.
About that. And then Andrew said it looked like a hockey game, a baseball game. For the
baseball
one
game.
over there. Game number 2 would be Sven for K. Rice. At the same time, I'm coming down. I ask you, Mr. ENORTAP, who do you start, Mike Smith or Koskinen tomorrow?
I think as long as Smith is healthy, I think you got to go back to Smith. But I would put him on a short leash. If you see that he's not doing well, then you got to yank him a lot earlier, and then put in Koskinen. But I mean, you got to admire what Koskinen did yesterday. He came in cold. He only allowed 1 goal. He kind of gave Edmonton the opportunity to get themselves back into the game, and that's all you can ask, especially from your backup goalie, right?
Yep.
So he did his job, and I can see where your question is going. But I think at this point, you've ridden on Smith's back as much as you can, and you got to keep it going until you can't, because he's not performing.
I agree with you about that one there. Andy talked about Nurse this morning, and he was right about it was hard
Nurse.
for cover. McKinnon, he looked like he was completely
Oh man,
got beat in the corner
bad.
2 times, like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like he said, I think he said he wait for his teammate go, and I don't want to go anymore. Like he was right. And we have Mr. Roger, the driver, in the house, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hey Roger, how's it going, buddy?
Welcome aboard, Mr. Roger. Thanks for being a part of the show. Oh, I'm just so sorry. King of Gamer back in the house.
Hey, King, how's it going?
He does not expect the Oilers win tonight. Francois Pitt said Calgary was crushing at the beginning at game 1 and 2, but Maxstrom was worse que Smith. And then after game 3, the Calgary player lost confidence in Maxstrom. Yeah, it's a good point. I think again, for Calgary, Danev was the biggest problem for them also, the unbalance there. Richard expect Smith to be better at the next one. He will say, I will start with Smith about that. With Puritan, the game cover said, is not no one, it will be the report. All right. Nick, everything on that. Mr. Smith will be better next game. Brendan, thanks so much for your comment. Brendan, welcome back. By the way, I think I didn't say hi to you earlier. I apologize.
Hey, Braden. How's it going, Braden?
John Cooper said they are moving forward with that. Brendan Point won't be playing, but if he can, it's a bonus. It's a bit more open up now about that one. There, settlement was the first day Point was skating equipment, but he said how this part of the group is past him. Cooper already had Sunny expect Brandon Angel will be in the lineup tonight. Number 1. And then Mr. Eddie Gallo, another and the house first time, but not first time. Welcome back, Eddie. Eddie.
How are you?
Here we go. Rangers win 1-4-1. We all know so Shogun in, but he will be at the conference final. I have a better team, so did Calgary. That's all right, Andy, about that one over there. And look like we're giving everything about what's going on around the league. About the comments, Mr. Nortap, we're still waiting for new people show up. Don't forget to click on the likes. Now,
you know what was interesting, Coach? Sorry to interrupt, but Wayne Gretzky's comments yesterday about that game, and he said that he basically said that both teams have to be much better defensively, otherwise they're not going to win the cup. And number 2, he referred to himself saying, I was one of the best offensive players. If I had these kind of opportunities, who knows what records I would have broken. Meanwhile, he owns them all.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be like really over the top for sure. Talking about Gretzky, we're not talking about the game tonight. It's I don't think so. I don't see this. It will be barely 7 goals, I believe, tonight. It will be half of what we saw yesterday, I believe, Mr. Nortap. But what you're going to talk about the game earlier. I don't want to know who's going to win, but what your expectation about the series and a little bit what you're, about the final between the Rangers and the Tampa Bay before we make the prediction the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, you know what? When you first look at it, I know yesterday I mentioned I think Tampa Bay should win this, but the longer I keep thinking about it, the more I think New York can match up nicely with them. And it's going to really come down to Vasilevsky versus Shesterkin. And whoever can steal a couple of games, I think that will be the difference. Because I think both teams can hit. Both teams, have good size. They block shots. They're both well coached. They can both roll out a couple different potent lines out there. Defensively, they're strong. So there's very little margin of difference between these two teams, and I think it's gonna come down to 2 things: the goaltending and the special teams.
Yep, I agree with you, and it's going to be a war. Everybody talk about McKinnon and McDavid, but this is going to be Vasilevsky versus Chesterkin, and the best of the best going to win that series. And
right,
little bit score like Carolina, you're going to expect like 3-2, 4-3. It's going to be really, really interesting. Like you said, the special team could be really, really important for that series for sure. About that. Before we move on, we're going to talk about this game a little bit later. So let's move on to the next point. The Montreal Canadiens was maybe the hottest news of the day. Of course, this morning they announced the signature of remove the interim tag of Martin Saint-Louis for a 3 years contract. on disclosure the amount of the contract, of course. But but you expect, what you think about that signature for the Montreal Canadiens today?
Well, I think we all expected it to happen. It was getting a little bit strange that it was getting, I think it's been about 4 weeks since their season ended, and the announcement's been made. But there's been extenuating reasons why it wasn't announced earlier. I don't think the money is a big issue. I mean, it has nothing to do with the cap, so it's all really what Molson and the organization's willing to give him, and I think he's content just with the challenge of proving himself in Montreal. His entire life he's always had the deck stacked against him, and he's proven everybody wrong, and he feels that this is yet another challenge for him. He's made it clear that both Hughes and Gordon have made it clear that he's a great communicator with the youth, and they feel that he will be able to help them develop. But by the same token, Martin St. Louis said, even though we're going to allow people to play to their strengths within a system, he is going to draw the line in the sand, like to sort of say there's certain things that I'm going to expect from you. And if you're not going to meet those expectations, you're going to be on the bench. He's made that perfectly clear, and I love that because everybody knows where they stand at this point.
Yeah, first of all, he took 45 minutes to negotiate a contract. That's it. A couple of weeks ago. It took 4 weeks before they announced it. It was just because the schedule of Martin St. Louis with his son, and then the schedule of everything like that. But we are in the new area, right? I cannot recall it like the Montreal Canadiens going to announce Scotty Bowman by Zoom. It would not happen, right? Or they would said, Claude Ruel right now, or maybe, I don't know, Serge Chavard, new manager, and he's going to be by Zoom with Ron Curry and whatsoever. But that's a new generation, right? So they can announce anything, anyhow, anywhere, anytime. And it's not first time. Yesterday was Ken Hughes made the media by Zoom from his hotel room. Martin St. Louis was inside his caveman and talking to the people. That's the new generation. You don't need to be officially to be inside a building, and they have that kind of, press conference. It was like the banners, and don't forget the jersey, and it's not this anymore. That's a new area, and it is what it is, right? So I forget about that, because when I thought Sunday, I talked about Martin St. Louis. I said, everybody expect next week in 10 days when everybody come back for vacation and NHL combine and Martin St. Louis, and now I said, no, it's not this anymore. So you never know what could happen. So it's just surprising, but there's a great signature for the Montreal Canadiens to get Martin St. Louis. Great call from Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon, and everybody's excited, and we'll see. And he talked properly about build the culture, build the foundation, and be realistic. So you cannot be number 32 in NHL and thinking to win the Stanley Cup. It's impossible. It's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not realistic. What it can be realistic I don't know the lineup I have, but if the lineup is pretty good, there's no reason we cannot think to make possible to try to make the playoff. So, and if it's not this year, it could be next year. The key is to be sure we do go on the daily process every single day. We develop and we get better. And so pretty amazing what he talked about this. So I just want to share with you about what he was thinking. And but Mr. ENORTAP, it's time, because we're hitting the 45. We have 15 minutes. You can talk about the game, but we have to go right now. Because it's time to go, and we have to figure out this. But I think after I'm thinking about this, it's time to get there, Mr. ENORTAP. We have no choice. We have to get there. It's a party bus, because we have 7 people all going to be on the gel. Tonight's driver is Mr. Roger DELANEY. Mr. DELANEY. What I'm talking about. The nooner is going to pick up Roger, and now he's right now asleep. Maybe, I don't know. I will see what's happening with Mr. ENORTAP. But look, it's going to be great. It will be interesting to see everybody and the boss. We pick up number 2. We are going in direction to get number 3, Mr. ENORTAP. We have to go one by one. And goodly for us, we don't have to go honestly, not go to the, try to get the graphic by the way. Here we go. We are back in the house. Mr. ENORTAP was dancing behind the scenes and the green room.
I love that bus.
That's why I stood up. Let the play the song a little bit longer because ENORTAP was dancing in the back. Mr. ENORTAP, we have to go back at the Marlin County Jail. We have no choice, and we have to celebrate with the people right now. Mr. ENORTAP, they have to go back, and Roger is on the alert right now, and he pick up, of course. The bus, and he's on direction to get Kilo, Brendan W, Hockey 87, Rajan, King of Gamer, Andy Kuivula, and Dixon Automobile Group. All 7 of them are going to be in the bus for celebrate until they drove them all the way to the Alcatraz-ROCK National Show, Mr. ENORTAP, and drop them for the next 24 hours. And they go to see them. That's but Richard, 7 times, Mr. ENORTAP. Mr. Marlin has been there so far since the beginning of the playoff. We'll see. He's going to stay again for the 3 straight days. The record is 3 straight days. Kelly, she owned the record happening 2 weeks ago. So that came from the DeLwitt Smith verification. And any comment you want to mention about this, Mr. ENORTAP?
Yeah, I think Kelly's even saving Nooner, and she's saving Danny because she's picking for them, and that's they have a lot to owe her. That's for sure.
Yep, I agree with you about that one over there. Every time Rangers won the cup, the Montreal Canadiens played in the cup final year before.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's a great one, Frank. 94, 93. You're absolutely right, Frank. I love it. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. K. Rice, welcome back on the way. Jake McEnwee is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Back in the house. Don't forget, both of you and Frank, to click on the likes. Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm done talking. I talk too much. I'm talking too much. Well, it's time to tell the people who's going to win tonight. And I'm going to see if I'm right with you or I'm wrong. You didn't tell me, and I select something.
No. Okay. Well, the Lightning are, as we all know, they're 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions. While when we look at the Rangers, they're amid I would say, a quicker than anticipated roster rebuild. With a group whose playoff experience consists mainly through comebacks of the current playoffs. And, they have a lot of young faces that haven't been in this situation before, which is a stark comparison to, obviously, the players on the Lightning team. Tampa Bay is attempting to become the first team to win 3 consecutive Stanley Cup titles since the New York Islanders won 4 consecutive in the early 80s. The Lightning are also attempting to become the first team to reach 3 straight Stanley Cup finals since the Oilers did it in the mid-'80s. Tampa Bay will open up the conference finals on the road with 9 days of rest. So we're going to have to, that age-old question, is the rest good or does it create rust? I think a team like Tampa that's very experienced and has been there before, and a lot of their players were hurting after those 2 previous series. I think the rest will serve them well. They might come out a little bit slow in this game, but I anticipate them to find their feet quite quickly. They faced the elimination twice in the first round before beating the Leafs in 7 games, and then they cruised to that 4-game sweep of the Panthers, which allowed them this period of rest. They outscored Florida 13-3, while getting a dominant performance from a net from Vasilevsky, who stopped 49 shots in Game 4, and he made 151 saves overall. He is 42-17 in his last 59 playoff games with 7 shutouts. That's truly amazing. Tampa's headed to the conference final for the 6th time in 8 years, while on a 6-game winning streak, and it's hoping its lengthy layoff helped them recover from those nicks and bruises that I was just talking about. Even without point, Tampa is getting plenty from its star trio of Kucherov.
I made the wrong one, Mr. ENORTAP.
What's that?
The wrong team on the board.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we'll change that.
I know, but I forgot to put the team there. You can talk. Don't worry.
Yeah. So they're getting great production out of Kucherov, Stamkos, Hedman. Like Kucherov has 15 points, Stamkos is at 8, Hedman has 10, and you know what? They're also getting timely goals by guys like Colton and Corey Perry, each with 5 goals so far in the playoffs. And these guys have been sort of wrestling between the 3rd and 4th line, so that's fantastic. I mean, with Perry, we know he does it every year, regardless of the team he's on. So he's going to be a player that's going to create a lot of traffic in front of Shesterkin, just like guys like Kreider will in front of Vasilevsky. The Lightning have won 10 straight postseason series, but they're amid their longest break in between series since also getting 9 days off following a 2nd-round sweep of Washington back in 2011. They ended up losing the conference finals to the Bruins in 7 games there. As a matter of fact, the last 7 teams who swept the previous series and then played a team that had to play a full 7 games in the prior series, they've all 7 have lost. All right. So if that pattern continues, it's not good news for Tampa Bay. The Rangers are in the conference final for the first time since 2015, when it lost in 7 games to who else but Tampa Bay. The only remaining players from that group is really Chris Kreider, who scored 2 of his 8 post-season goals in Monday's 6-2 rout of Carolina. 5 times over first 2 rounds of these playoffs, the Rangers have pulled off victories when facing elimination, both against Pittsburgh and against the Hurricane. Shesterkin helped the Rangers reach the point by improving his performances. Since he was pulled in Game 4 during his first round, he's gone 7-3 with a .939 save percentage and a .209 goals against average, capped with 37 saves on that last game. The Rangers are the 4th team in NHL history to win multiple postseason series when facing multiple game deficits in each series, though they pulled off those comebacks mostly against backup goalies. That's the one thing we have to keep in mind here. So, having said all that, coach thinks I did what? Let's see if he guessed right. Is that you or me?
I know it's because I did not click the
template.
The template was not good today.
That's okay. We got it. I gotta say, coach, you're the best. Not only did you get my team, but you got the right score, 3-2.
3-2. Well, now you put me on the bad spot right now. I put the score 4-3. Now
for Rangers, you're gonna change, aren't you?
Now here's the problem right now, and I don't know what's going on here, but Jose did not give a score yet.
How about Yarmo? Did Yarmo give us?
Yarmo did not give us the score yet. So I'm not sure why. but we have to see what he's going to give us first.
And what did
Do
Kelly
that
give
about
us?
this. Mr. Richard Farley, welcome back in the house. I got Danny also his pick, Kelly. So this is good. I don't have Yamo. If you don't know, Yamo is around, but so it will be interesting. Look, my heart, Mr. Notap, said Tampa Bay. But the logic of this, it does not work. Because this is the first game at home, everything like that.
Especially
and they are 3-0.
When you see our fantasy teams.
So, well, I had make a mistake right now here, but honestly, Mr. Notap, live, I'm going to give you the New York Rangers. Oh, Yamo go with Tampa Bay.
There you go.
Oh,
and you're taking the Rangers.
All right. Richard Monin go with the New York Rangers, and Tampa Bay. Yamo go with the Tampa Bay 3-2. Mr. ENORTAP.
Tampa Bay 3-2.
Yeah.
I waited you guys first to say the Rangers.
Richard Fallen go with Tampa Bay also. Richard Fallen go with about them, and then Andrew go with Tampa Bay. I'm sorry, what you said?
I said, Yarmo, you deserve jail for that comment. He waited for us to both pick the Rangers.
Now, I have to be honest with you. If I go to jail, I can say because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're following my advice since when?
Because I follow your advice.
And what if you win?
I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. But we go with the Rangers tonight, Mr. Notap. So let's move on to the next stop about this. Last night I got burned badly. I'm happy tomorrow will be my turn. But I can accept that one there. We expect what happened yesterday. And yesterday, Mr. Notap burned me 14-4. And it is what it is.
May I add, Coach, I got ripped off because they took an assist away from McCarr.
Yeah, but this weekend they gave a goal, an assist to Falk, and I did not get it. Jose, Coach, miss you a pick. He said, no, I did not miss a pick of Jose. 7-5. Here we go. So, Mr. Notap, I go tonight with first. And I go with. I did not do my pick. I don't know why. What's wrong with me tonight? I took
the Rangers.
The New York Rangers. This for sure. Then I have Fox right here.
Yeah.
And I have. Panarin, Kucherov, and I put Zabinajad there, but he's on the wrong spot. So I apologize for that one over there, and I put Edmund on the wrong spot. But we're going to fix it later.
Okay. And I have no choice. I got to go with Tampa now.
So see, you controversy yourself right now.
Well, that's because you put me in that situation.
Yep.
I'll take Trouba and Sergachev. And then forwards, I'm going to go with Stamkos, Kreider, and Kopp.
Oh, yep. There's a good one over there for him, for sure, Mr. Notap. We'll see what's happening about this. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes before you leave the building. That'd be awesome. To close the show tonight, Mr. Notap, what your expectation? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for how well both teams will set up in front of the net. I think the key is, we both know that both teams have excellent goalies. So the only way you're going to get some pucks past them is either off of deflections, screening the goalie, and both teams have the potential to be forces in front of the net. So I expect guys like Kreider and Reeves to do it for the Rangers. On the other hand, you got guys like Corey Perry, Maroon that like to always be right in front of the net as well. So That's going to be the key for me.
It's going to be under. I go under today on my parlay. I took only under. I expect not more 6 goals. That's what I'm looking for tonight, to be honest with you. And don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. That'd be great before you leave the building tonight. We have 32 likes and we have 38 people. That'd be great if you can do that. And then we'll see. Would be great. We'll be back at 8 o'clock, Mr. ENORTAP, tonight.
And guess what, Coach? Guess what the over and under is for tomorrow?
7.5.
You're right. 7.5. Take the under tomorrow. Trust me.
I go over.
But we'll talk about tomorrow.
I go over.
Okay.
Oh, and Mr. Grooves.
Don't
Mr.
trust me.
Mr. Grooves from UK is in the house.
Hey, Grooves. How are you?
And our top coach are looking good to go to the jail tomorrow. But no, because I have an excuse. Going to be in our top, and if not, I still have like 49 minutes to change my decision, Roger. Maybe sleep on it for the next 40 minutes. Would be interesting about that one there. So, guys, don't forget to click on the like before they leave the building. Richard, I'm expecting fiscality, the series bank after bank. That's one we did not talk about this. Richard, you're great. We did not talk about the fiscality of that series tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of bang tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this is right about this. That's great. And Angelo, welcome back. And I got you, Angelo, he was from the Zoom. You have a press conference possible. Mr. Angelo, I got your score, so thanks so much. But it would be an amazing game. Mr. MC Player FR, let's go Tampa Bay Lightning. Thanks so much. And yes, no, I got everybody. Let's go the Tampa Bay Lightning, Mr. MC. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. So let's conclude, Mr. ENORTAP, another show of the warm-up show. We'll be back at 8 o'clock p.m. for the play-by-play commentary. And I can't wait to see each one of you with us tonight. We try to get under milestone, the 100 likes, and we'll see what happens. And we have a Quinn Van Galen in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard, Mr. Quinn. Yeah. And this will be completely present Western Final. Tie checking, low scoring game. You're absolutely right, Connor McDavid, about that one, Mr. And load of scrum in the front of the net, big hit along the wall. It's going to be a busy night for Maroon. And it'll be interesting about that. Thanks so much, Andrew, about this. And then, Mr. ENORTAP, I'm done. I don't know what to tell you more than this because you deserve it. Again, you did it for the 154th time. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you. You are awesome. Not a problem, Mr. Cruz. It's all good. I will just see Flipper through the wall about that one. Then we appreciate everybody to be a part of the show. We wish you an amazing, great night. And we'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. for another morning skate show. Until then, my friend, we want to remember one more thing, Mr. ENORTAP. Thank you so much for everything, by the way. Be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate what, Mr. ENORTAP?
As RJ would say, you're 2022.
Here we go. Have an amazing, great night. Thank you again, Mr. ENORTAP. I will see you next time for another show of the what, Mr. ENORTAP? The warm-up show. I cannot get on the click. Here we go. Have a good night.
I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise.